So I just want to encourage everyone not to give up on love. I know that we've all been hurt, and I think that's just a rite of passage. Just check it off your spiritual bucket list, check it off your human list. And what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Everybody plays the fool sometime, no exception to the rule. Look up the lyrics to the song. It's a good song. Listen to it. Good oldie, but a goodie, right? I'm coming on here because I really been listening to a lot of people for, I'll say the past year or two. And I witnessed the escalation of the gender war. And it's fake. There's no gender war. But there are people pulling the strings, and we need to cut them immediately. Because we need each other. We are each other. We are better together. And even if it's just friendship, companionship, sex doesn't need to be involved. But I think we're putting too much emphasis on sex and submission and money and protection and providing, or forgetting when you naturally like someone for who they are. Remember when you were a little kid in first grade or kindergarten, and you played with all the little kids, but there was one or two kids that you really liked, and you didn't know why. You just did. And you would go over their house or be invited over their house, and you do little sleepovers, or you go to the park or swim in the pool, and and that was your little buddy, your little friend. You didn't care about what your friend looked like. You didn't care about submission. You didn't care about what your friend could do for you or get for you or buy for you. Men and women, come on. And we need to come back to love. It's like a spell has been put on us, and we need to snap out of it before it's too late. Now, yes, there are things we do need to work on, both men and women, but we're human and we made mistakes, and we have to remember that this was staged. This was a plan. And we've been under this plan for a long time, this spell for a long time, and now we're having an opportunity to wake up. And what I'm seeing and listening to is the hypnotic spell just being regurgitated over and over and over again. I'm hearing some positive correction, but the language just kills it. You can't make fun of people. You can't belittle people and expect them to change. You just can't. And I'm not picking sides. If I do have to pick a side, I pick truth. I stand on the side of truth, common sense. What's right is right and what's wrong is wrong. And you have to understand we're dealing with emotions. We're dealing with humans. And humans make mistakes. And think about this. If you knew a child was kidnapped, right, from a good home and raised by a den of thieves, and he grew up to be a professional thief and assassin, you catch this thief and assassin, put him in jail, run, identification, and you find out, oh my gosh, this was that baby that was kidnapped 20 years ago. They came from a good home. The parents were broken, and you talk to the kid or the young man at this point, and the young man or young woman, this is a little example, and they tell you that as a child they were beaten, raped repeatedly. They were forced to steal, or they couldn't eat. They had their hands broken, or so the fingers can grow back stronger, so they can, pick locks, or they can bust their hands through windows. Children, babies. And so after this fictional character's confession, whose fault is it really? Is this person really bad? Or were they brainwashed? Were they conditioned to behave like this? Or you can flip the story and say, oh, two twins, one was taken away and raised with a den of thieves, and one was raised with a loving family. And You see where I'm going with this? Nelson Mandela quoted saying that no child is born racist or prejudiced or doing wrong things. I'm paraphrasing, it's not exactly. And by the way, I've seen several Mandela quotes saying the same thing, worded differently, so y'all give me a pass. But he has a point. No, a child is born innocent. It doesn't know anything. It's a sponge. It depends on what's poured into it. And what's been poured into us is discord. Very funny. Discord. Y'all need to leave that alone. Side note, in my game playing days, before I gave up games, I didn't really give them up. I was just, I saw the programming and, I have fun. I have fun playing my games. I may even do a couple reviews on my favorite games and what I learned from them. So, last game I played was Defiance Online. I love that game. And right before I left, they introduced the Discord server. And I said, oh, here we go. Here we go. This is why I'm done playing games. Because y'all done took it a little too far. Discord. Discord means disharmony. It means separation. It means breaking this cord, the cord between you and God and all that is. Breaking a cord between man and woman, cord between right and wrong, is severing the very things that makes us amazing beings. So that discord, just like TikTok times up, TikTok exposing all y'all. That's why I didn't want to touch it. Snapchat too. I am not touching it. Y'all can do it if you want. No judgment. No judgment. But I know the codes now. I can decode. Okay. So I see what's going on and I choose to step out of the programming. Okay. I choose to leave the matrix. So because my playing tricks on y'all and it ain't Mother Earth. So that's an inside joke for those who are studying. Okay, so no judgment, but seriously, what I like about us as men and women is there are things that are the same, but there are things that are different, and we complement each other. It's like the stem and the flower. The man is the stem, strong, sturdy, and the woman is the flower, beautiful and fragrant. Together, together they are perfection. It really is. And so, I know there are a lot of men who want to be the flower, and women, who want to be the stem. Okay. The flower is still beautiful and we're beautiful together. We're better together. 7, how you doing? So, to wrap this up, I want us to just, stop trying so hard. What it is you're love starved. It also is a discording, a disconnect to the divine, to all. To who and what you really are. And so you're trying to get that love, that connection back through other people. No, you need to get it back through yourself because it never really left. It's just disconnected. And we have to stop with, we just have to, let me rephrase that. What we have to do is be aware of what works for us and what works against us. And we have to detach from what doesn't work for us. And what definitely is not going to work for us is division. It's so funny. Everybody's talking about we need to come together. But then I hear the same type of people saying we need to separate, we need to divest, we need to do all these things. Now, I do agree that you do need to pull back. When a player is injured on a field that he or she doesn't keep playing, you're benched. And if the injury is super severe, you're home. You're resting up. So yeah, leave if you have to. Men, go your own way. Women, divest, leave, take a break. But when you're ready, you don't even have to come back. When you're ready, you stand where you are, healed, whole, aware, awake, and knowing, and you attract what you will. That's it. But you have to understand that we are here on this earth together for a reason. Yeah, if you want, you have all the money, you don't need anybody or anything. You can, be solo dolo. I get it. Women are working now. They really, some of them think they don't need men, but what we do need, sorry about that, what we do need is companionship. What we do need is challenges to learn and grow. And okay, let's go Wonder Woman rules. Okay, Themyscira, however you say the land where Wonder Woman grew up. Okay, let's say there's all an island of women. Yeah, I guess you can learn and grow from each other, but it won't be the same. It won't be the same. It'll be, it might be exciting, it might be peaceful and blissful and everything, but complacency breeds contempt. If you don't have enough challenges in your life, you grow stagnant. And I think men and women, we together, we give each other different challenges. And what I mean by challenges, I'm not talking about death match challenges, y'all, because y'all, that's what y'all talking some death rates. That's what y'all talking right now. It is just not healthy. I'm no judgment. Everybody's journey is different, but I like us together, and I like older people and younger people together. See, all these verses, don't you think it's just odd at this particular time? Don't you feel it that something's off? Don't you feel that we're all being tested right now? This is it. We got to come together. Okay? So it's like you got gay versus straight, black versus white, men versus women, old versus the young. It's so funny because I'm gonna leave it alone. I'm going to keep it positive here. I love us together, men and women. We just offer each other something unique that only we can offer each other. We're better together. And like I said, even if we come together in friendship, which that should be first and foremost. And let me just, a word on submission. Okay? Submission, means to submit. Sub means under. So you're going under somebody. That's slavery. I think what you really want is you want trust. You want trust. You don't have to worry. If you want to lead, you lead, but there are going to be times when she needs to lead because a woman's intuition is a woman's intuition, and she may have to lead in a situation. It's very interesting. A lot of elite men, businessmen, they choose, very, intelligent wives. They don't choose dumb wives, or I'll say young, or, simple. Well, I'll say they choose intelligent women. I'm going to be careful what I'm saying because everybody's precious. They choose intelligent women. Why? Because they know when it comes to a tough business deal and, the other side is like rigid, they send in that intelligent, beautiful woman, and she don't even have to be beautiful. She can be plain faced, but very kind and gracious and loving. And she's going to talk and finesse that deal for her man. She had to lead, didn't she? Okay. So, and there are things we can flip it around, other way around. When a woman goes to buy a new car, or she goes to the lawyer, she's going to want her husband or her man to be there with her. And maybe if he's knowledgeable, speak on it. Even if he's not knowledgeable, she's going to want him there because she knows that, if I could probably finesse it, but this is a legal matter. I don't want to play around with this. Let me bring a man in the situation, my uncle, my dad, my man, my husband, somebody, who can be there and let the man speak. He's leading, isn't he? It's really not that hard. And that's why I'm like, listening to people. I'm like, don't y'all want happiness in your life again? Like, you can't be happy if you're living on this planet and you hate someone or you are afraid of someone. You can't live like that. You just can't. So I understand we've all been hurt, but who hasn't been hurt? Okay, so when you first learned how to ride a bike and you scraped your knee and you cried, well, those who did cry, are you crying now? You still crying about that? You still remember that pain? Are you still crying about that? 5 years old, 6 years old? Are you still crying? You didn't get that job? You didn't make the football team? You didn't make the cheerleading team? Okay, it's 2020. You still crying? Or did you move on? To work hard to make the cheerleading team the next year. To work hard to make the football team. To work hard to get that job, the next year. Only to find out that you didn't really want the job. You didn't really want to be a cheerleader. You didn't really want to play football. Do you see what I'm saying? So let's come back to love, y'all. At least come back to like. I mean, I could go in. I can go on and on and on, but I'm not going to. So I just want to encourage people. You feel what you feel. Your feelings are valid. We've all been hurt, and I'm not belittling that. But I'm saying you deserve better. You deserve more. You deserve happiness. You deserve peace in your life. Yes, there's going to be challenges. Yes, you're going to have to accept correction, just like you're going to have to give correction. Let's balance our emotions, and let's balance our critical thinking, because we don't want to be overly critical and we don't want to be overly emotional. Balance, okay? That's Zen. That's where we need to be. That's where our power is. Luke, search your feelings, okay? So I'm gonna end it here.